handle the truth.
Good evening. Welcome to You Can't Handle the Truth Movies. I'm Chris. That's James. And we're going to do The Bride.
Just before we do The Bride, because I know this is
No!
Did we just have that whole alcohol segment in this?
No.
Okay, that's fine. We'll do The Bride now. I'm not too bothered about The Bride review because they weren't too bothered about the movie, so... Okay, I'll back over to you,
Well, I
Chris.
just wanted to make a pun on Do the Bride, but you jumped in and... Now there's no pun.
Okay,
Anyway, The Bride. In 1930s Chicago, Frankenstein asked Dr. Euphorious to help create a companion. They give life to a murdered woman as the bride, sparking romance, police interest, and radical social change. This is a feminist story wrapped up in a Frankenstein wrapper.
Makes sense.
Which I have no issue with, other than the fact that it's not very good. So, Christian Bale, an amazing actor. Jake Gyllenhaal, amazing actor. Jessie Buckley, amazing. And so you think you put them all together and you're going to get this just absolutely fantastic powerhouse film, but you don't. Christian Bale and Jessie Buckley portray their parts really well. Their performances are good, but the drama, romance, horror, dark comedy elements going through it, they're all so convoluted. And it's just a mess, and it's hard to watch. And for a film with this much budget, with this many big actors in, you just expect more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, so I agree with you. I thought all the actors in the film put 100% in. Like, there's no denying that. But I mean, I was just... This film is obviously not for me, but I was bored for the whole damn thing. And I thought the story was very poor in the way it told the story. Because it gets... Unlike the film we reviewed previously with the action and that, they get into it quickly, which is a good thing. With this film, they get into it so quickly. I didn't really... Like, you know who Frankenstein is. You know who this person is. It's just... This doctor can do things. I was like, okay, there could have been a little backing to it. But that's not the kind of movie it was. It wasn't that like that previous Frankenstein film. I think it was called Frankenstein last year. This one for me was nowhere near as good. It was I just found it quite boring and some of it quite random in the choices they made. To be honest.
There were some like really interesting bits. Obviously, she had like a split personality and stuff, and all this kind of going on. But a lot of it didn't make sense. So there's a bit where she goes out with Frankenstein and she's dancing, and then the two guys decide they're going to try and right. But she's been dead for quite a while, right? She's not showered. She's not like she's got a black tongue. She's got a black mark on her face. Her hair's all messed up.
I was thinking the exact same thing. I didn't know she was going to bring. Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, that's what we want." Is it?
Yeah, it was very direct on those kind of scenes, wasn't it?
Well, it just kept doing it as well.
Yeah.
Like it kept like this corpse was a desirable thing that everyone wanted, and I'm just like, it just doesn't make any sense. And I get it's to push that whole, especially back in the 1930s, how men treated women, and I understand that. But this wasn't the story to do it with. Because it just didn't work. It was just stupid.
But there was also... I didn't find much development from the point you're making there that that's what it was about. That it didn't really... It was just so direct on the... I always say on the nose of just over and over. There was no subtleties in it. There was no story development. There was no... It was just like a statement with some theatricality in it. And I think there's about...
When they said radical social change, it just meant a few ladies put some ink on their face and started jumping on cars and shooting in the air.
I think there's probably a 10% audience that's going to probably really enjoy this. And I think most general people are just not going to get into it.
This is the thing. I think this is a big mainstream release, but it's not a mainstream film.
No, yeah, definitely.
And if they'd marketed it differently, I'd have gone in with different expectations, and I'd have probably had a different thought when I came away.
Mm.
But because it's a big cinema movie, I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be brilliant. But I was just sat there like it's just disjointed.
Chris, let's rate this movie because
Okay.
we obviously don't like it. So let's give it a rating.
Um,
I don't know what it's going to be.
5.
A 5. So for me, it had my favourite actor in it, Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he's amazing in nearly everything he does. It had the guy who's the lead role in my favourite film of all time. Wouldn't Patrick Bateman and Nightcrawler be a good duo? That would be a good.
Okay.
That's not what we got. But anyway, yeah, I was bored for the whole film. The trailer I didn't like. I wasn't looking forward to the film going in, and it was worse than what I thought it was going to be, even with a low expectation. For me, it's really the actors didn't save it. It's a 3.5 for me. I thought this film wasn't Don't Bother. I think this film was terrible. I would never watch this again, and I would never recommend it to anyone. Out of all Jake Gyllenhaal's work, Christian Bale's work, and the main the bride, she's got
Jessie Buckley.
some interesting things I've seen before, like Men and stuff, which are a bit more interesting to watch. They're done much better. I really didn't like this at all. It's a 3. I think it was terrible.
Okay, so I would say we're going between the two, but let's not just going between two. Let's cap it at 4.
Capital, what you like? I can't remember what that is.
I said 5. You said 3.5.
Yes, okay.
But yeah, the reason I said 5. Sounds terrible. Is because I knew how much you hated it, and I thought you were going to be incredibly harsh towards it. Maybe harsher than it deserved, and I wanted to make it so it come out at the right point. But then you weren't as harsh with your critiques.
I mean, I was pretty hard. But I can acknowledge that it's obviously not the film for me or us action 80s star loving moviegoers. But I'm trying to there's definitely some people that will like this. I know the type of people that will like this, but I think they're fewer and far between compared to a mainstream audience. So that's why I'd give it a little bit higher. But yeah, I would never watch this.
No, even Penelope Cruz didn't add anything to the film.
Even Penelope Cruz didn't add anything.
But you put her in films like near the start of her career, like Vanilla Sky, and obviously the original Spanish film that she was the star of. They're so good, and the acting is so unbelievable from her that when she was just lighting a cigarette and driving around a bit and making a few comments, I was like, oh, that's like, why have you got her in and just given her that bland performance?
Okay, so it's somewhere between
4. We'll give it
somewhere
4.
between Don't Bother and terrible. So
thank you very much for watching. Yeah. We hope you don't think this was Don't Bother and terrible. But
well, it's hard to be upbeat about something you don't really like, isn't it?
I just didn't like it. I'm sorry.
We're not impartial reviewers. We're quite biased. We appreciate that. Don't worry.
Thank you very much. Catch you next time.